you on the next clip.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to Royal Swag Auto. So, I'm gonna be quick because something happened that I caused. I did, I made a mistake. I did something stupid. So what I did was I was using this app called Per Expert, and that Per Expert app was it allows you to get the app. The Per Expert app is like a mini software that give you, dyno numbers. It can calculate or give you a close number of how much horsepower is in your car or in your vehicle. So since I got the PT back from the shop, All right, so start from the beginning. I ain't gonna be too long, but let's get back from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. I heard about the Per Expert app, so I purchased it. Downloaded, installed it. I had to and my rear passenger tire needs some air. So I was doing, I was studying on, how to work the app and, how to get the app to find out, or to see how much horsepower is in my car. So I'm over there doing a few runs. Feels great to be back in the car and drive it, because since I got it back to the shop, I haven't driven it for real because I went out of town on vacation. So I'm doing a few test runs, trying to, see how to, how to use it. I'm trying to get some accurate readings, because it say in first gear, you start, you accelerate very slow in first gear. And then once you get to second gear, then that's when you step on the throttle and you open the throttle, all the way. And I believe it's before you get to third gear, you let off the throttle and let the car slow down on its own. And then the app's supposed to give you a reading. I think you're supposed to do like 3 runs. Do that 3 times to get the most accurate reading possible. So I'm doing that. I did it more than 3 times because there's a lot of times I messed up, made some mistakes, because I'm learning, I'm learning how to use the app, the Per Expert app. For me, it only costs like $14. I think like $15 the most. And there's like some steps you gotta do to calibrate your phone, to calibrate the app with your phone, And you need a phone mount in order for it to successfully work. You need a phone mount. Without a doubt, you need a phone mount. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around and come back and then. So yeah, you definitely need a phone mount, and it needs to be in the center on the windshield, like right where your rear view mirror is at. And it needs to be centered, in order for it to, because it uses G-force, to calculate how much, horsepower is in your vehicle. So I'm doing that a few times, and then it was like close to 100 degrees already. And when you're doing that, your windows gotta be up. Yeah, your windows gotta be up. Your radio gotta be off, your AC gotta be off. All the electronics and stuff, that you like, radio, you plug your phone up, the phone charger gotta be disconnected, AC gotta be off, and all of that, so that way your car could, be at its, so the battery of your car can output the most power, the most current, you know what I'm saying, to your vehicle, in order for you to get the best results. So I was getting frustrated, very frustrated. And the heat, it was also, the heat had something to do with it as well, because I was getting really hot. So after I messed up a few times, doing the runs, I got frustrated, and when I was making a U-turn to go back to the starting point, I drove the PT over this curve, and I accelerated, and in doing so, there was a big rock, or something like that, it latched on, or my radiator got connected to it. So when I accelerated, it banged my radiator, it killed my radiator fan, it damaged my AC compressor bracket, so that, to the point to where now I'm overheating, I was overheating, and then when I press on the pedal, you hear cat, 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 cat. That knocking sound was due to the AC compressor. I think the AC compressor was hitting on the fan or something like that. AC compressor was knocking on something. So I had to call AAA. That was my turn. I had to call AAA. AAA had to come and tow me back to the house. I called my mechanic, explained to him the situation. He told me drop the car off. So he fixed the relay, he fixed the radiator fan relay, the cooling fan, he fixed that relay. And even though there was a little damage to my radiator, it wasn't that much damage. Eventually, I'm gonna go and get a brand new radiator. But for now, the radiator is working fine. And my mechanic, he ended up fixing, he cut something like my AC compressor. He had to shave something off of that, like kind of shave it down to where it won't be hitting on whatever it was hitting on. Know what I'm saying? And then once he called me and told me the car's ready, it cost me about, let's see, $290. Yeah, about $290 it cost me to repair something that I did. You know, that was my fault, my mistake. I did that stupid thing, you know. That was on me, you know. That was on me. So after I got it off the shop, I didn't drive it, or I couldn't drive it. You know, I only had time to park it, you know, at the house, and then jump in the other car, and then I went out of town, you know, on vacation. I went out for a week on vacation. I had a blast. You know what I'm saying? Went to go see my great nephew. So it was awesome. So this is the first time getting her back. It's the first time I'm driving her since we got her back. So I also found out that there's something you can do on your car to get a better throttle response time, you know, for your throttle response to, you know, be better, you know. And I was told I'm gonna show y'all when I do it. I'm not gonna do it right now this second, but when I do it, I'm gonna show y'all what it is that you gotta do and how the process works, you know, and how you do it. I'm gonna show y'all. Alright, so I'm gonna do full throttle. You ready? Alright. Mind you, I got the windows down. She's going. She's going. Man, and she sounds so beautiful. You hear that? Boom. It don't sound like no Ricer mobile. It don't sound like no Ricer mobile. You know what I'm saying? And that's because I didn't change my whole exhaust. I just put I took the stock muffler off, and I put a lighter resonator. I put a resonator that's a whole lot lighter and sounds a whole lot better. For real. So in the next clip, which for me is probably gonna be a couple of days, but for y'all, it's gonna be in the next clip where I'm I'll probably do that. I'll probably use the Per Expert. Now I'm not gonna be able to record and use the Per Expert at the same time, but definitely when I use the Per Expert, I will show y'all the results And then after that, because I'm trying to get, I'm trying to get that number of how much horsepower is in this car right now before I do, any more modifications like what I'm about to show you. And then changing the camshaft and, suspensions and new shocks, before I do those modifications, I want to see what's the basic horsepower, like how much horsepower this car has right now. Man, it feels so wonderful, so awesome. Driving my baby. So I'm gonna show y'all the results for the Per Expert app. I'm gonna show y'all the results for what it's telling me according to the G-force. How much horsepower this car has according to the amount of G-force that it's putting out. When I'm doing it. All right, and then like I said, after that, I'll show y'all something y'all can do that can increase the response to your throttle. You know what I'm saying? To your acceleration. It's supposed to increase the throttle response and increase your acceleration. So we're gonna find out when the time comes. All right. According to the diagram, this is supposed to be fuse 31. I know I don't say it, but according to the diagram, this is 32, this is 31, this is 30, and this is supposed to be 29. I don't know where that fuse went. Now I do see 30, 30, 30, 40, 20, 10, 15. Well, like I said, according to the diagram, you look up the diagram for your car, for your fuse box, and see which one is 31. Once you find fuse 31, which is going to be this one, you take what you got, be gentle with it. Pull it out. Put it down. Once you pull it out, you leave it and you wait for 10 whole minutes. Once 10 whole minutes pass, then you put it back in the same. Alright. 10 minutes pass. So now I'm gonna put the fuse back in. Alright, we put fuse 31 back in. So we're in the next clip, we're gonna find out what to do. Alright, this is take 2, Dyno Day, take number 2. I'm not gonna do too many runs, and I finally got a little bit more information on what I'm supposed to do with the Per Expert app, for it to calculate the G-force and rotation of the engine and wheels, to basically tell you how much horsepower is in your engine. Know what I'm saying? So the last time I was impatient. I got hot. I drove over a curve and I sped, and then a rock got caught up on my radiator and then just destroyed my fan and kind of damaged my AC compressor. So we ain't gonna do that today. Today's gonna be a better day. Today is Dyno Day part 2, because part 1 it kind of went badly. I had to call AAA to come tow my car and bring it back home, and I had to spend almost $300 to get it fixed. So part 2 didn't go well, but part 1 didn't go well, but part 2 will go better. Now, I cannot record and do the session at the same time, so I will screenshot the results. So when you're doing it, it tells you do not, because I just found out about something called kick down. So kick down button, there's a button under your pedal, your throttle pedal. There's a button on there, and apparently it's called the kick down button. And when you're doing this, when you're doing this with the per expert, you're not supposed to hit that kick down button, which means when you're doing it, I cannot push the pedal. I cannot push the pedal all the way to the floor, because that's going to push the kick down button. I'm just learning about this kick down button, so I don't know too much about it, so I'm headed over to Mexico, and see you when I get there. Hey, another quick thing before you use the Per Expert app to do your dyno session. Slowly. So before you use the Per Expert app to do your dyno session or your time run, you want to make sure sorry, I'm trying to get out. You got these 2 big trucks, and then you got this guy with the shopping cart in my way. But before you do any type of session with Per Expert, or even before you go to the track, or before you do a 0 to 60 run or whatever the case is, what you want to do is make sure that all your tire pressures is up to par. Tire pressure for my PT is 32 psi. So 32 psi. My back passenger tire was, it wasn't super low and flat, but it was low. I wonder if that's the entrance to the route where I'm trying to get to. Oh yeah. Come on, doggy. It's a dog that just jumped out on the streets. Oh yeah. Make sure the pressure in all your tires is up to par. Very important. Very, very important. Please. I wonder if this is the road. Yeah, I think this is. Hey, this is my test road. Before I do that, I made it to Mexico. And I am not going to make the same mistake I made last time. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna make sure that I do at least 3 accurate test runs. I'm gonna take my time to make sure that these test runs are accurate. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna follow the steps on how they say to do it. Man, it's hot in here. I'm gonna do it to how they say to do it. So I only have the length that I have is from this stop sign going all the way down to that end. So my best start off point is going to be, I wish they would cut this tree. Oh, this is tree in the way. Looks like it gotten worse. This is the track that this is the safest place that I can do this on. Not unless there's somebody up there in a truck. And I'm gonna have to find another spot. Big truck up there. So I may have to start I think I'm gonna start from this tree away from that truck. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. Alright, I'll let you know what the results are after. Alright, y'all. So I just completed the Dyno run on the Per Expert app for Android. This is the most accurate reading that I can get because I'm not able to find a completely straight road, like a road that's half a mile that's just straight, you know, no hills. Because where I'm at now, this location, you know, it has little inclines and declines, and to get the most perfect, accurate results in the world with Per Expert, you would need to be on a straight, flat surface. But so even though I wasn't on a flat surface, I'm gonna tell you the type of readings I was getting. So when I had weight in my car, like the jack stand, you know, 2 gallons of water, and I had my toolbox, and I had some other stuff in the trunk. And when I was doing that, the type of reading I got, one said 420, which I know that was a lie. Another one said about 107. And then and the most accurate reading for how much horsepower, because that was the main purpose of me doing this. You know, I want and I need to know exactly how much horsepower is in my engine. I know it's a 07 and we're in 2022, and I've been in, you know, an accident You know, and I know that there's things that can, you know, cause the engine, well, of course, the engine wears out over time. Going back to the crib now. It's after 1. I gotta make some phone calls. I'm hot. I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. And that was getting the exact number of my engine. And that was finding out exact, hold on, airplane flying across. So what I accomplished for today, and that dude just ran the red light. So what I accomplished for today was finding out exactly how much horsepower is in my car. Mind you, yesterday I took out Fuse 31, waited 10 minutes, and then inserted it back, you know, into its location. And removing Fuse 31 in your fuel box. Hold on. Sorry about that. I was receiving a phone call that I had to take. And why am I recording with my phone? Because I ain't got no GoPro yet. And just been kind of busy, you know, with other stuff, you know, music, producing, trying to get my mod list for this PT. So yeah, so the Per Expert app, in order for it to work correctly, sorry if I'm starting over or if it seemed like I'm starting over, but you know, my mind kind of got off track because of the phone call when I was in the middle of recording. So, like I said, when you're doing the Per Expert app, you know, the dyno on that, your tire pressure needs to be on point. You know what I'm saying? Whatever weight or, you know, toolbox or, you know, whatever excess weight you have in your trunk, in order to get the most accurate results, you need to take all of that out, whether it be your toolbox, your jack stand, whether it be gallon of water, whether it be, you know, book bag or whatever it is. If there's anything in there that has weight in it, you know, extra weight that did not come with the car, because when you're setting up the Per Expert, it's gonna ask you how much weight does the car weigh, and that's including, you know, that's including everything. You know, that's including your jack stand, your spare tire, all of that. It's including all of that. So if there's any extra weight that did not come with the car, it is highly recommended that you know, take those stuff out of your car. You know, take it out your trunk or your back seat. You plan on running the stop sign, brother? Okay, I'm telling you, for those who's going to get the Per Expert app, or those who never heard about the Per Expert app, and you're, you know, considering getting it, you know, purchasing it and using it, you know, for your car, then, you know, I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know that you cannot have no extra weight, and I'm sorry for saying it a million times, but you cannot have no extra weight in your car when you're doing the dyno run on the Per Expert app or a dyno session. Your tires, your tire pressure gotta be up there. Your gas gotta be, at least a quarter tank. Your oil needs to be, you need to have at least clean oil in your car. Know what I'm saying? Do an oil change. If you haven't changed your transmission fluid in a minute, change your transmission fluid and change the transmission filter. If you haven't done it in a while, do a tune-up, meaning your spark plugs, your air filter if you do not have a cold air intake. If you have a cold air intake, make sure your cold air intake filter is cleaned or recharged. There's a recharging kit for the filter for the cold air intake. If you have a regular intake, a regular filter, then you're gonna wanna change out put in a clean air intake. All right, back in the AC. It's hot out there, and yeah. So I'm going to post or show a quick clip of the results from the dyno session from the on the Per Expert app. I'm gonna put that on the screen for y'all to see and for y'all to for y'all to understand why I only had a 0 to 60 time of 12 seconds instead of faster. Alright, my engine, it's old, this PT is from 2007. Who knows what really happened to the car and how the car was really treated, before I got it. I don't know. I'm assuming it was taken care of because the only issue with the car was the hub bearing on the left side of the wheel. But other than that, the engine was working fine, transmission, everything was perfect until I got into that accident. But I'm not going to get into that. Alright, it was a good day. What happened in part 1 didn't happen in part 2 of the dyno session or dyno day. Dyno day part 1 it ended terrible. Dyno day part 2, which was today, it ended perfect. It wasn't the numbers I wanted. I just, all I wanted to know was the exact horsepower that's in my engine, so I can know what I'm working with, what type of mods I'm gonna do, and just calculate from there. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, I'm not done yet. I ordered something special, and there's a lot of reviews saying that it works, and it's not scheduled to get here until sometime Wednesday. So when it gets here, I will reveal it and open it up and talk a little bit about it and probably install it. Alright, see you in the next clip.